New details out of Taiwan from this tragic plane crash late Wednesday local time. At least 48 people are now confirmed dead following the crash of MH17. We're sadly talking two tragic air events in 1 week. I'm Ramy Inocencio for Asia Today. The Wall Street Journal's Taipei Bureau Chief Aries Poon joins me right now with the latest on this crash. Now, Aries, Typhoon Matmo was sweeping through Taiwan over the evening. Is there any chance that that had an impact on this crash?
At the time of the crash, the center of the typhoon had already left Taiwan, but the outer bands of torrential rain and strong wind were still affecting Penghu Island and Taiwan itself. We talked to the Weather Bureau and it told us that during the time of the crash, there was a thunderstorm in Penghu. West wind was blowing at a Beaufort scale of 7 to 8, which the Bureau said wasn't particularly strong.
Now, I'm curious, should the plane have really been flying in bad weather if Typhoon Matmo's outer bands were still hitting parts of Taiwan?
Well, that is the exact question that people have been asking since last night. The Civil Aeronautics Administration said earlier that the wind speed and other weather conditions actually met requirements for landing in Penghu, although the CAA added today that a stormy weather was likely a contributing factor. So the questions here actually is to what extent that this storm has contributed to the crash. And also the government earlier said there might be a technical failure, but the hypothesis seems like subsided a little bit for now. And there are also questions as to whether human error by the captain has led to the crash. So in short, the authorities are still looking into the causes of the crash, but the authorities said they already have the black boxes, and so they should probably be able to give us the answers later.
Now, tell me more about this model of aircraft. It's an ATR-72. Is this a sturdy kind of airplane?
It's actually a highly stable kind. According to the aviation experts, it can land and take off on short runways and in hospitable terrains. And also this plane was 13 years old and delivered to Taiwan in year 2000.
Now, I understand that of the passengers on the plane, there were a few people there who were very prominent Taiwanese citizens. Tell me about these people.
Right, one of them was a 40-year-old Lieutenant Colonel, Mr. Tai, and he was actually flying back to Penghu from his home in Kaohsiung to oversee the typhoon preparedness and also to clean up work. He was described by his superior as a very hardworking and well-liked colleague who took care of his subordinates. And there's another highly respected wooden master sculptor. His name is called Yan Kang Chuang. He's been hailed as a national treasure by the Ministry of Culture for his extensive work on restoring some of the Taiwan's oldest temples and various cultural heritage sites.
And it's important to note that TransAsia, the company flying this plane, doesn't seem to have a very good track record at all. It's had 8 accidents since 2002, so hopefully Taiwan's aviation authority will look into the track record of this airline. All right, the Wall Street Journal's Taipei Bureau Chief Aries Poon joining me from here. For more on this, head to thewallstreetjournal.com. I'm Ramy Inocencio in Hong Kong.